Hey everybody, so we have a very different vlog than usual for you guys because I wasn't intending to show you guys this. It was a very private and kind of vulnerable moment. But basically my wife and I celebrated 20 years of marriage and we decided to do a full-blown wedding/vow renewal at Disney World. And let me tell you what, we have been working on this for a solid year before it came to fruition, and the team at Disney were just amazing people to work with and they crushed it. You guys are gonna see us basically having parts of the park closed off for us to have our entire group to go on rides, to watch fireworks, and they did some incredible job decorating some of the rooms. Now we did this a 1920s themed wedding, and we spent a lot of money. This is the most I've ever spent on an event. I'm still reeling in from that. We hope that you guys enjoy it. I think you're gonna recognize a lot of people from it, and I think you guys are just gonna be blown away by how fantastic Disney and the team did. So have fun and we hope you enjoy. In the evening, we did a dessert party at Epcot. Epcot is my favorite park in all of Disney World, so what better place? My wife and I carefully picked out some desserts, creme brulee, macarons. I think the food is actually one of the most important things of this wedding, aside of my wife, of course. Now this is actually in the American Pavilion at Epcot. It was supposed to be outside of the Italy Pavilion, and we do go out there for the fireworks in just a bit, but they had a great contingency plan because it was raining at the time. Of course, we picked some neat gift bags with some great items inside for everybody, because what is a wedding without gift bags? And a really funny side note, my wife had given me the shirt that I needed to wear for this event, and when I showed up, there were like 30 different people wearing that shirt. Apparently every single guy got tricked by his wife or partner into wearing the same shirt, and nobody knew that we were all gonna match getting there, so that was pretty funny. Props to my wife for pulling that off. After we finished our dessert party inside, we headed outside for fireworks. Now it stopped raining, so we were able to go to the Italy Pavilion where it initially was planned to be, and this is the best spot in the park because it's front and center, private area that we had all to ourselves to view the fireworks. Of course, I mentioned that my wife and I love Disney, but we really love fireworks. But more than anything, we love each other. We met 26 years ago. We dated for a long while before we ended up getting married. We met actually in high school. She was next to my friend's locker and we hit it off. She was literally 15 years old, I was 16 years old, and we have been together ever since. Caroline is just a truly amazing person. After that wonderful fireworks show, we surprised our guests with a private ride on the Guardians of the Galaxy. So all 125 people got to go experience that ride, and it is top 1 or 2 in all of Disney World. It's a newer ride that they have there, and it's just such a cool roller coaster. The really cool thing about the Guardians of the Galaxy ride is that they actually tell a story as you go through the roller coaster, much like Disney does with a whole bunch of their rides. So you're not only being thrilled, but you're also getting a story told on how you're helping save the world and going back through time. That's kind of my wife's thing, is bringing people to Disney World and showing them a really good time, and we got to do this in a massive way. And now the big day was here. Up first was the ceremony at Disney's Wedding Pavilion. This is on the property of the Grand Floridian, which is my favorite hotel in all of Disney World. And we wanted to set the tone right away, so as Bob, who is my best friend, walks out, who is going to officiate this wedding, we were playing Bob the Builder at his choice. So we wanted to let everyone know that this is not a traditional wedding. It is just going to be a fun time and a celebration of all of them for being around for us for 20 years.
Do you have credit card, medical, or personal loan debt? Are you buried by credit card bills, personal loans, or medical debt? It can feel like your money's working for everyone but you. Don't let it keep slipping away. Try PDS Debt instead and discover why thousands of people each month trust PDS Debt to save them time and money. PDS Debt does more than just help you manage your debt, they empower you to take control. With their technology, they go beyond the numbers to understand your unique financial situation. No more cookie cutter solutions, just a clear path to financial freedom that fits your lifestyle. And here's my favorite part, there's no minimum credit score required. Whether your credit is bad or fair, they're here to help you save more, pay off your debt faster, and start putting money back in your pockets where it belongs. Getting started is easy. Go to pdsdebt.com/Hamilton to complete your free debt assessment and see what options are available to you. Anyone with enough eligible debt automatically qualifies. Every day you wait, it's costing you money. Get started with your free debt analysis in just 30 seconds at pdsdebt.com/Hamilton. That's pdsdebt.com/Hamilton. Take back control of your future by visiting pdsdebt.com/Hamilton today.
We are here at the most magical place on earth to celebrate the renewing of the vows of Steve, Roger, and Caroline Ann.
Of course, I had my daughter Ava walk me out. She looked absolutely beautiful and she was just so happy that I picked her, and who else would I pick to walk me out? I walked out the Sharp Dressed Man. Can't play that because of copyright issues, but you can pretend like you can hear it in your head. And of course, my beautiful bride Caroline was escorted out by Jack and Logan, my two sons. She is walking out to I'm a Believer by the Monkees because she loves the Monkees, and doesn't she just look stunning? And look at everybody around her, everyone in their 1920s outfits. I am just shocked that literally every single person dressed to the T and dressed to the theme. So thanks to everybody that is watching this that attended. As we mentioned, this is a pretty non-traditional wedding, so we had my buddy Bob officiate it. He of course has no license, registration, anything to be able to do that, but I wanted my best friend up there because he is a homie.
We couldn't be happier to have these two in our lives, and they are true testimony to what love truly means.
On that note that he is a homie, we totally did him dirty in just a little bit. Wait until one of the events we made an AI video that the hardest that I laughed all night long was when Bob came on screen in this AI video, so just wait until you see that. My love is so profound for you that regardless of whether or not it's a rainy day, you are and will always be my sunshine.
I now reaffirm your commitment as husband and wife. What God has joined together, let no one separate.
But there you have it, we were married again, and I would do it again and again and again to Caroline because she is just such a great woman. And as we exit, there are just so many cool details that Disney thinks of. Even the glass behind us as we stood up there is magnifying so that you can see the Magic Kingdom castle, so that it just looks huge, I guess. And then as we exited, you can see that they line up this little photo session area here perfectly with the castle as well. And you can see the Grand Floridian in the background, which again is my favorite hotel in all of Disney World, there with the red roofs. Overall, it's just really hard to explain Disney World and Disney if you haven't been there, but I am just hooked, and we go probably more than we should. And because I am a car guy, of course we shipped out a whole bunch of the cars, the biggest and best ones that I've got. I've always wanted to have those cars at Disney World and just set them up just like we did. It's so cool by the monorail, seeing it pass by, and just fulfilling dreams of mine. And because we had them out there, we were able to entertain all of the influencers that came out and were kind enough to celebrate that event with me. And we were able to even sneak in a little bit of mini golf before the wedding in all of the super and hyper cars. So I'm grateful for it. I'm sure a lot of you that are watching know exactly what you're looking at, but we have the Koenigsegg Regera, the Hennessy Venom F5, which is my favorite car of the collection, Ford GT, the newest car of the hypers, the Bugatti Chiron SS, the McLaren Senna, the McLaren 765LT, the Lamborghini Revuelto, and the Lamborghini Huracan, which was previously owned by Mr. Travis Scott. And it wouldn't be a wedding video, of course, if we didn't do the normal posing and kissing and smooching stuff that the videographers and photographers want to catch forever and ever, but I got to kiss my wife anyway, which is a huge W. As I mentioned, we lined the cars up by the monorail, got the whole perfect timing with the kiss, all of us. I mean, we were just thankful that the monorail went by and just made for a cool photo opportunity. Here's that monorail shoot again, a little bit expanded out. You can just see the enormity of everything that's around, just a lot to take in all at once. After photos and all that fun stuff, it was time for the ceremony. Now this was a 3-part ceremony, and here is part 1, which was basically us arriving at the movie premiere. And this is where we made that really fun AI video to kind of set the stage of what was to come that night. As people first walked into what we'll call reception number 1, they saw some amazing ambiance and decor. But right in the middle was this jazz band. Now this is no ordinary jazz band. This is actually the band that played at the Grand Floridian for many, many, many years, and we loved them so much that we had to hire them for this event because they're just so skilled, talented, and they're just really great human beings. The food really hit hard once we came into reception number 2. More on that in a little bit, but we had to get our video up to really set the stage, and that's where we had to do Bob dirty. So here is some of that movie. If you see me belly laughing there, that's basically the reveal of Bob. Everybody pretty much knows Bob in that room. You can see all the reactions. It's just great. So the story goes that I am a bootlegger of automotive aftermarket car parts in the 20s. Caroline is a bootlegger of music, and I have these big elaborate parties, Gatsby style, and I invite everybody to the parties, and Caroline shows up and I just fall in love with her basically, but I haven't seen her in a little bit, so I have to throw the biggest and best party, and I'm just trying to make sure that she comes to that, and that's where I'm going to profess my love and try to live a clean, pure life so that the cops stop chasing after me. But the problem is I can't find her at the party. So that's where Bob comes in, and where we do him dirty is that we probably added about 100 pounds to him.
His good friend Bob came to one of these parties. Who is this Caroline?
She's the most beautiful girl that I've ever seen.
And then our editor, Matt, who did such an amazing job with this video, I think took some creative liberties and put a little bit of grease spots on him. It just made him look like a real delight. Bob comes up with the idea, since I can't find Caroline at this party, that I should sing Sweet Caroline. Another copyright issue, that's why you're not hearing that. But I sing it, and then I find her, and then we whisk away and leave the cops dumbfounded at the end. So outside of just getting remarried to my wife, that was my favorite part of the night, just seeing everyone's reactions and watching that video. It was so stinking funny and so well executed. So up to that point, everybody kind of thought that that was the reception, that was it. It was still pretty awesome, there was the jazz band and everything, but what they didn't know was waiting behind them was a specially incredibly decorated area that was much more vibey, and they were entering it in like a speakeasy, so they secretly opened the side doors and whisked everybody away into what was going to be the coolest part of the night and the longest part of the night. But they were still in for one more surprise. Stay tuned. First things first, we didn't want to mirror Gatsby because that's what everyone kind of views as the 1920s, but that wasn't really indicative of how the whole 20s were. I was thinking more a shining vibe where it's reds and golds and just truly how it would have been in the 1920s to do some sort of wedding or some sort of celebration. The attention to detail that Disney did was just so extraordinary. Just the logo that they made for us and just all the little things that we weren't expecting that we saw as we were there. The food was one of the best things of the entire night, and Caroline and I were so picky about what we picked. We wanted to pull in a bunch of food and cuisine from all of their restaurants that we love the most and all of their parks. We pulled the spring rolls from Magic Kingdom. We did the beer cheddar soup with pretzel rolls from Les Celliers at Epcot. We did a black and white pasta bar where they were hand sauteing pasta in front of people. We also had a fried chicken bar where they can make Parmesan chicken fresh or chicken a la vodka or with Marsala sauce. Of course, the black garlic and truffle whipped potatoes, a bunch of veggie options. I'm still missing like 10 other food options. We had so much food, it was way more than I expected. One of the favorites of the night was the chocolate brownie tombstone dipped in ghoulish ganache. This was basically a nitrogen dipped dessert that was really neat, and we had funnel cakes, fresh made funnel cakes sitting there for everyone to enjoy. This reception wasn't all that it seemed. There were 3 secret rooms that people had to explore and find. The first one was the Haunted Mansion room, and that was where they could find some desserts. The second was a black and white themed room, so it was kind of the 1920s Mickey Mouse black and white theme. And then we had an old Disney rides room where it pulled in an old monorail and basically retired ride cars from rides that don't exist anymore. So it was neat to see some of those that I had seen when I was a little bit younger. One of the few traditional things that I did is I surprised Caroline and everybody with a speech. I did want to make it very clear to everybody that this was not like a traditional wedding. We were here to celebrate them and all the support that they had given Caroline and I for the last 20 years of marriage. I wanted this to be more like a party and just to celebrate everybody that was there versus trying to put the focus and attention on us. Granted, of course, the attention is going to be on us, but we still wanted to let everybody know that we love them and we thank them for coming. And I had some anecdotes about my love for Caroline and some of the stuff we had to go through and how we overcame that. Naturally, I had to make fun of some people. Some of the single guys like Shane, Ooch, Lance, still trying to find them some ladies in their lives, but that'll happen eventually. Another element that we wanted to keep in was the traditional dance. So I did the dance with Caroline to Can't Help Falling in Love because that's our song. Caroline danced with the boys, and then Ava and I had our daddy-daughter dance. Super cool to be able to do those 3 things because obviously we didn't have kids at our first wedding. Side note, this was such an easier going event than my first wedding. My first wedding was just so racked with nerves, and this one I got to just really be present and live and enjoy the moment, and definitely by far this was the favorite event that I've ever been a part of, and I'm so thankful that I was able to be a part of this. One of the scarier things to be a part of though was when everyone was feeling a little tipsy and great since there was no limit at the bar and they decided to go grab me and throw me into the air. I literally thought I was going to fall and hit the ground and die several different times. And as we talked about it after the wedding, they were worried about the same thing. So thank God they all caught me. From there, it was taking the dance floor, dancing, drinking, eating some more. The food was open really late. The drinks were open really late. We had Oswald the Lucky Rabbit there, which I thought was super cool. I've never seen that character anywhere or in parks, so it was surreal being by that character and getting pictures. Of course, we had Minnie and Mickey there. Everybody wanted to get their pictures with Mickey and Minnie, myself included. And the night went on, and we had our biggest surprise lined up yet. For reception number 3, we kind of did a lightning strikes moment. And since it was 1920s theme, we thought the perfect transition would be Hollywood Studios in their 1920s area, the essential old Hollywood area that has Tower of Terror. So we whisked everyone away into a secret bus entrance, and we got the Hollywood Studios, old Hollywood area all to ourselves with a nice little reception area, a jazz band that I'll tell you about in a little bit, and unlimited rides on the Tower of Terror. What a great idea after a bunch of food. So again, nobody knew that they were getting whisked away to Hollywood Studios. So for so many people at the event, they got to go to their second park in 2 days. And many of these people had never even been to Disney World. And again, my wife and I were just really wanting to share the magic that Disney World provides to everybody. And I just love the Tower of Terror, and I love Hollywood Studios. I love the vibe. Tower of Terror is a really special ride that they just decorate incredibly. They make it look and make it feel so immersed in the 1920s, and they make you believe that you're actually jumping into this elevator that's crashing into the ground. And we hired a jazz band that was inspired from our trip to Hollywood Studios. They actually have something called Jollywood. It's a Christmas celebration at Hollywood Studios, and this exact jazz band was performing there. And it was just amazing what they were able to bring to the experience performing during Christmas time. So we spoke with the folks at Disney. They were able to find and hire these people, of course, and we were so thankful that we were able to have them at our wedding and that they were willing to play for us. Once the band got started playing and the food got started serving, yes, we had even more food before everyone hopped on the Tower of Terror. And my wife specifically wanted drunken bar food to be served, so that was perfect. Everybody got to go on the Tower of Terror. I think my kids went on the ride 7 total times, and I think some people were able to go on it even more. Infinitely riding on the Tower of Terror was such a great way to end the night, and we are so thankful for the people over at Disney. We're thankful for every single person that showed up, the guests, all the staff members at Disney to make this event so magical, and we thank you all so much for being a part of this channel and for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, y'all!